And at that particular time, at the end of the season, he came to see me, and he lost some enthusiasm. He'd been down London, having dinner here, there, and everywhere. And also his house was for sale. So that tells me lots of things. But as a manager, one has to do what one thinks is the right thing to do. And although I said myself, at that particular time, I was probably at my best. I was bright, enthusiastic, good knowledge. I was at my best. And I weighed it all up. I looked at it from a broad point of view, and I decided with the chairman, he has to go. But it wasn't as simple as that, because the morning, what happened on the first day back in pre-season training, I had a phone call from Terry Neal, who was the manager of the Arsenal. And I can always remember it. It's funny, you don't think these things. And it was mid-morning, about 11 o'clock. And we were just at the first morning's pre-season training. The chairman had been in, said good luck for next season, so forth and so on. So I sat the players down, and I said, we'll go out, just go downstairs, we'll have our photographs taken. We'll have get rid of the press, and we'll have a light session this afternoon. And as I'm talking to the players, I had a tap on the shoulder, and I said, someone in the office to see you. As I said, I was at my best then. And who should walk in the office? My Malcolm. And sat there with no enthusiasm. So what's the matter? And so I've got no enthusiasm. So anyway, I said, you go home, and I'll ring you. I put the phone down, went downstairs, a little light session. I got back an hour later, phone rang, Terry Neal, Arsenal manager. He said, I've got a problem. I said, what's your first day? When I started yet. He says, what's the problem? He says, well, Alan Ball, who was then playing for Arsenal, who I say now, in my opinion, was probably the best midfield player we have probably produced, Alan Ball. And he says, he's got to go. And I said, well, that's not my problem. He said, well, I was thinking about McDonald. Bear in mind, that is the first day back of pre-season training. So my brain went like that. Okay, leave it with me, I'll be with the chairman. I'd be with the chairman. I said, what do you think? I said, Red, I'll take 300 grand out the door. Because all the directors of the club wanted out the door, they wanted me to take them out. Which I didn't mind. I did what I thought was the best thing for NUFC football. And at the same time, I also had two guys at the club who had been in Newcastle for a long, long time. I mean, Benny Craig and Alec Much. And they were what I would call the original physiotherapists. They weren't qualified with degrees and all that, but they knew all the nerve injuries. And I had a read and I said, well, I'd get rid of these and go and last very long. Which was, yeah, that's the way it was. So I sold him 300 grand, and with the following year we got to Europe. And also at that particular time, while the salaries weren't that high as they are now, Malcolm was getting probably twice so much money as any other private club, which didn't bother me, but it bothers the team. If you're doing the business and winning matches, I'll accept it. If he's not doing the business and you're losing matches, it's a problem. And as soon as you went out the door, it's like, I give the players a spinach. Great lad. And that's it really. The other lad, it was probably a bit more unfortunate. I named Terry Hillard. You mentioned Terry Hillard. I say unfortunately, just the way it is. I also had another boy, left-footed, left-sided midfield player named Tommy Craig. Tommy Craig was a left-footed, left-sided midfield player. Terry Hillard was left-footed, left-sided midfield player. So I've got two. And Birmingham came in for him, and that was it. You can't play. I couldn't fit two players of the same calibre in the first team. That's all.
Thanks for your honesty, Gordon. I mean, it's great to hear your side of events because obviously it's been documented. I think what